When we come to the story of Noah's Ark, it's more than just a story. It certainly is a part of vital history. There was an ancient world, and that ancient world, because of corruption, was destroyed by a flood. And that was the judgment that was on mankind. Since man has not changed, there is yet a future judgment coming.
It'll be just as it was in the days of Noah. They'll be giving and taking in marriage.
They were having families. They were doing their work. They were just living life as normal. They didn't believe the judgment was coming. The flood did come, and people were not ready.
Before the flood, people were eating and drinking and married and given in marriage with a total disregard to the building of the ark, to what was being preached to them, to all the things around them.
And Jesus says, just before he returns, people will be in rebellion, ignoring God, just going on, living their life as if God doesn't exist. They will be surprised when Jesus comes and brings judgment.
There was a judgment that happened. There's a judgment that is coming, and we need to be prepared.
The Bible does talk about the last days, the end times. Biblical evil, if you look at all of the different Old Testament accounts, would be idolatry, witchcraft, the occultism, demon worship, and things like that, and the perversions that go along with these things.
Public schools now are teaching against the idea of marriage. They want to corrupt the minds of innocent hearts long before they've even thought about sex at the earliest possible age. Not just sexualized, but sexualized in terms of all possible forms of deviation.
Of course, we have the plague of abortion, the sins of Molech, the burning of children, the plague of sex trafficking and the exploitation of the vulnerable. These things are the evils and the darknesses of our age, and they're become more prevalent and even massively institutionalized. It's a very good sign, not a good sign, but an accurate sign that we're in the same kind of darkness that was in the days of Noah. And you see that we are in that darkness now. When's the Lord coming back? The Bible says that nobody knows, but when it comes, everyone's going to know all at once, like lightning across the sky. And I tell you, I want to be on the right side. Who doesn't like being on the winning team at the end? I know in this case, it's especially vital in the eternity sense. Eternity is a timeless thing. We don't understand infinity, but we do know it's permanent. The second coming is a wonderful, wonderful image, but it's also a time of judgment. It's also a time of finality. It's also a time of justice.
Just as the flood came suddenly, so the second coming of Christ will be sudden. Just as the flood was certain, so the second coming of Christ is certain and will actually happen. That judgment of the flood is a warning of the judgment to come.